This is Retro Sports Radio. Visit RetroSeasons.com for more sports history.
The New York Mets faced the New York Yankees at Yankee Stadium for the annual Mayor's Trophy game on June 14, 1976. The Mayor's Trophy game was an annual in-season exhibition game in New York City. It was originally played between the New York Yankees and the New York Giants, and occasionally the Brooklyn Dodgers in the 1950s. The series was revived in 1963 when the New York Mets became the Yankees' new opponent. The games were primarily played to benefit Sandlot Baseball in New York City. This audio recording is from the Yankees Radio Network, featuring announcers Phil Rizzuto, Frank Messer, and Bill White.
Butterflies in their stomach tonight for this exhibition game. One, naturally, Elliot Maddox, playing for the first time in a year. In fact, it was a year ago yesterday that he hurt the knee and has not played since. And this Jay Clevin, who's been called up from the minor leagues to catch this ball game because the Mets have only one able-bodied catcher now, Jerry Grody. Ron Hodges split his finger a couple of days ago, and he can't catch. Grody caught both ends of the doubleheader yesterday, so Joe Frazier, the Mets manager, very wisely is giving him a rest, although I'm sure he's probably here in uniform. But this kid Clevin, now he has a chance to show Frazier something in this ball game.
Didn't Doc Mettich pitch well against the Mets a few years back and earned himself a spot on the Yankee roster?
That's right. That's what brought him to the major leagues, probably a year, maybe 2 years ahead of schedule. He did. He pitched very well in this Mayor's Trophy game, and he was put on the major league roster. He's never been down in the minor league since.
You know, this the Yankees take the field here. This game is a good barometer of how a kid can take pressure because the fans are just about evenly divided. You have about 50% Met fans, 50% Yankee fans, and you get those kind of reactions. And when you have a big crowd reacting like that, it puts a lot of pressure on kids. And if they react on the positive side, you've got a pretty good baseball player. Well, the Yankees are out on the field, and right now Bob Shepard asking everybody to stand for the playing of the national anthem.
Our national anthem.
If all you need is money, come on into HFC. Come on in, come on in, come on in to HFC.
For the things you want, CHFC, an equal opportunity lender.
So come on in, come on in, come on in to HFC.
Household finance, where people use our money to get the most out of life.
Come on in to HFC.
Hey kids, here's a chance to be an honorary Yankee bat boy or girl. Win a Yankee uniform, glove, bat, and ball, and attend the Yankee game as guest of Jack in the Box family restaurants. Just send in a postcard with your name, address, phone number, and answer in 25 words or less. What is my favorite Jack in the Box food and why? Originality is important, and there's a new contest every month, so keep listening. Send your entry to Jack in the Box Restaurants, 88 Sunnyside Boulevard, Plainview, New York, 11803, or stop by your local Jack in the Box restaurant for full details. By the way, this program is authorized by the New York Yankee Baseball Club under rights purchased by Manchester Broadcasting Productions. solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any broadcast, rebroadcast, or other use of this game without the express written consent of the Yankees. And Manchester broadcasting is prohibited. New York Yankee Baseball is a production of Manchester Broadcasting Productions, which has contracted for and has exclusive rights to the broadcasting of these games, including selection of the announcers, with approval of the Yankees and this station. Well, Bud Harrelson in for the Mets, and you hear that reaction. Here's Frank Messer.
Okay, Bill, thank you very much. And Ron Guidry rocks and fires a fastball inside, and the Mayor's Trophy game is underway. 1 ball and no strikes to the switch-hitting Bud Harrelson, who is up there, of course, as a right-hand hitter against lefty Guidry. Harrelson, for the regular season, is batting .206. He swings and he misses, and the count evens 1-1. Harrelson has 26 base hits, including 3 doubles, 1 triple, 1 home run, 12 RBIs. He has drawn 32 walks from National League pitchers this year. Guidry offers again. Line drive caught by Velez at third. Broken bat liner, and Velez lunging to his left speared it to take a base hit and possibly a double away from Bud Harrelson. Well, Bill White, just like you said, some players don't want to see the base hits in a ball game like this. Figure they're wasted for the regular season. Now, Bud Harrelson's been robbed of a base hit, so that works the other way.
Maybe he feels he's due one, right, when he gets back in the action tomorrow night. I think the Mets play the Dodgers tomorrow night, don't they?
Yes, they do. Here's John Milner, right-hand batter. And the first pitch to Milner. Breaking ball is over, and he was... I say Milner, I'm sorry. Felix Millan. Felix Millan. Breaking ball was over to him for a strike. Guidry comes back again with a low fastball. Millan is hitting .234. 14 doubles to lead the Mets in 2 base hits. He has 1 triple, 1 home run, and 10 RBIs. And he golfs a low curve into the Mets dugout on the third baseline.
This guy's been up almost 200 times, Frank Messer, and he's only struck out 9 times. He doesn't fan too often.
I think over the past couple of years, he's been the toughest man to strike out in the entire National League.
Maybe in the baseball period.
Could very well be in both majors. Guidry looks for the sign from Fran Healy, and the pitch is inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Of course, the Yankees will see a guy tomorrow who doesn't strike out too often, Rod Carew.
Magician with a bat. 2-2 pitch. Foul back and out of play. Incidentally, when the Yankees return to American League action tomorrow night against the Minnesota Twins, the game will be brought to you on both radio and television from Bloomington, Minnesota. On radio at 8:55 and television at 9 o'clock. That's New York time. 2-2 pitch again to Millan. Bouncing ball, foul outside of third. So the count holds at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Third base coach Eddie Yost played the foul ball. Hey, speaking of coaches, the Yankees have added a new coach to their club.
Yep.
Gene Michael. We'll tell you more about it when we have a chance. 2-2 pitch to Millan. Hit back up through the middle. To his left goes the shortstop Mason. He's got it at second. He throws to first in time. Jim Mason deep to his left fielded that ball right on the bag at second. Threw to first base in time to get Millan.
And the Yankees will open this ballgame up with a couple of pretty good fielding plays. Velez lunging to his left, and Mason going back behind the bag.
We look now at Joe Torre playing first base tonight for the Mets. Joe Torre has a .306 batting average, 4 doubles, 1 triple, 4 home runs, 11 runs batted in. Pretty high average for so few RBIs. Right-hand hitter, and Guidry's pitch is over at the knees. Strike 1 is called. Good to see Hank Soar down there again. Came out of retirement for this ball game tonight. 0-1 pitch. Inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ron Guidry rocks back. The kick and the left-hander's pitch. Line drive right over Guidry's head. Base hit. Guidry did well to duck that one. Liner just about head high, and Guidry got his head down, or he would have had quite a lump. Well hit ball. And now the hand will go up for Dave Kingman. They call him Sky King. He's batting .240. He has hit 22 home runs, more than any other man in the major leagues. He has 48 runs batted in. He also leads the Mets in runs scored with 38 and in base hits with 59. Strong right-hand batter, Dave Kingman. Torrey down at first base. May is not holding him on, and a curve is cut on and missed, strike one. Dave Kingman, 6'6", 210 pounds. He swings and misses. The curve, strike two. This guy's having quite a year, Bill.
Yes, he is, Frank. A lot of home runs, 48 runs batted in.
He reaches out for a curve, hits it in the air to shallow center field. That one may drop in for the base hit. No, Rivers gets there. Mickey Rivers had a long way to come from deep left center field, and he made a running catch down below his knees to retire the side. No runs, a hit. The man is left at the end of the top half of the first to score. The Mets nothing, and the Yankees are coming to bat.
I want a beer like no other beer. I'm Schaefer people. I want flavor that won't disappear. I'm Schaefer people.
Consistency makes a great beer. And Schaefer's consistently great tasting because Schaefer's brewed the old world way. Kreuzening, we call it. Since 1842, Kreuzening, the extra step of brewing twice, has kept Schaefer consistently fresh and crisp, consistently great tasting beer after Schaefer beer.
I want a beer like no other beer. I'm Schaefer people. A Schaefer beer goes straight to your thirst. Your last one tastes as good as your first. Go out and get a Schaefer and be Schaefer people too. Go out and get a Schaefer and be Schaefer people too.
F&M Schaefer Brewing Company, New York, New York.
Well, the Yankees will journey to Minnesota to play the Minnesota Twins tomorrow night. They'll use Doc Ellis, who's won 5 and lost 4. He'll go against Pete Redfern, who's 1 and 2. Then on Wednesday night, it should be Ed Figueroa for the Yankees against Bill Singer for the Minnesota Twins. Well, the Mets have already made a change. They've got a new right fielder, Mike Vail. They let their big man, Dave Kingman, get one shot at Ron Guidry, and Kingman's out and Vail is out in right field. Unser's in center field, and John Milner out in left for the New York Mets. Steger, Harrelson, Millan, and Torrey around the infield. Jay Clevin catching. And Ken Sanders is on the mound. Now, Sanders is no stranger to Yankees. Pitched against him with the Milwaukee Brewers and also the Cleveland Indians, I believe, Frank Spencer.
Right. Sanders, right-hander. Completes his warm-up throws to Jay Clevin. And as soon as we got a chance right now, we'll watch Mickey Rivers as he leads off. We'll tell you more about Gene Michael being added to the Yankee coaching staff, primarily to work with the infielders. Mickey Rivers, left-hand batter against right-hander Ken Sanders. Rivers swings and misses. Strike one. Sanders has been up with Kansas City, with Boston, with Oakland. As Bill told you, with Milwaukee, with Minnesota, and with Cleveland. Pitch to Mickey, pops it up as he reached for an outside pitch, and Sanders, the pitcher, is calling, gives way now to his third baseman. And there to make the catch is Roy Steger. So Rivers is retired on a pop-up to Steger right in front of the mound, between the mound and home plate. And now Elliot Maddox, and he should get a good reception. I know it'll make him feel good. Elliot Maddox playing his first game in 1 year and 1 day. Elliot has been working out, first of all, down in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and more recently up here in New York. He takes a pitch low and away, ball one. Elliott worked out under the supervision of former Heisman Trophy winner Hopalong Cassidy. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. He had a good rip. Didn't find it. Bill, I told you the Yankees have won the last 2 Mayor's Trophy games, both by 9-4 scores. The Yankees have won 5 of the last 6. Pitches outside. 2 balls and 1 strike to Maddox.
You can see what the layoff's done for Elliott Frank Messer. He's holding his bat a lot higher and more away from his body than he did when he was hitting well for the Yankees. He's got it up a little bit high, a little bit too high, and a little bit too far back, I think.
He fouls this one straight down off the shin guards of the catcher, Jay Clevin.
Of course, all Elliott has to do is go back and look at the videotapes of himself hitting when he was hitting well, and I'm sure he'll correct that.
Elliott told me a few days ago, he said, of course, he's taken a lot of batting practice, but he said it's nothing like being in a ball game.
That's right.
Sanders ready with the 2-2 pitch to him, and he comes inside with an off-speed pitch, 3-2.
Now, that's where he might be in a little bit of trouble. He moved slowly on that pitch. Evidently, that knee giving him... Still, he's not as mobile as he'd like to be.
Payoff pitch now to Maddox. Fastball is low and away, ball 4, and Maddox is on. Well, Maddox goes down to first base. Of course, he is wearing a brace on the injured right knee. Joe Torre comes in to hold him on the inside corner, and Lou Piniella is the batter. Lou is the Yankees' designated hitter tonight. Piniella is batting .298, 8 doubles, 4 triples, 2 home runs, and 18 runs batted in. Maddox at first, 1 away. The kick and the pitch, low and away for a ball. You have to wonder, Bill, if Piniella should hit a ground ball and Maddox has to slide in to break up a double play, if he would show any disinclination to do it.
Well, in this situation, exhibition game, I would hope that he would be disinclined to do it.
He draws a lob throw over at first base. The Mets have John Milner in left, Del Unser in center, and Mike Vail in right. Vail is coming off an injury. Pitch is hit in the air to shallow right field. Back goes Neon. The second baseman is under it and makes a basket catch belt high. Maddox back in at first base. Ellie Howard goes out to say a word or two to him. Dick Hauser, of course, coaches over at third for the Yankees. And with 2 down and a runner on, the batter is Carlos May. Carlos, left-hand hitter, and Carlos May was your guest in the on-deck circle tonight, Bill.
And you know, I didn't know he was playing first base. I talked about him being able to play left field, first base, be the designated hitter, but they got him penciled in at first.
First pitch to him, over but low, ball 1.
Made a good scoop on the throw from Mason. When Mason threw out Felix, was it Felix Mion? Yeah, the ball was in the dirt, and May just dug it out.
Of course, Carlos has played first base in his career with the White Sox. He chokes well up on the bat handle. Is that for better bat control, or is that the result of losing part of his thumb?
No, better bat control. I think Carlos has always hit that way. Choked up, he uses a big bat and just slaps it up the middle most of the time.
Sanders delivers. Breaking ball is over at the knees, and the count evens 1-1. On to Minnesota for the Yankees following this game. 2 games with the Twins tomorrow night and Wednesday night. 3 night games and a Sunday afternoon clash with the White Sox. Changeup is high and away. Two balls and a strike to Carlos May. May is hitting .242, and he swings and misses. Strike 2. As a Yankee, May is hitting .311. Brought over a rather meager batting average from the White Sox, so his overall hitting is .242 with 5 doubles, 1 home run, and 12 runs batted in. Two ball, 2 strike pitch will be coming. Maddox leads at first, and the pitch is golf foul outside of first. And grabbed by a fan down past the Yankee dugout.
One of the things Carlos May talked about, Frank Messer, was the spirit on this Yankee ball club. That it's a lot better than the one he left. Of course, players are going to say that anyway, but he's really been impressed by the way the Yankees have played and by the way they get along.
Very good. That means a lot, too. There goes Maddox. The pitch is hit on the ground up the middle, base hit. Maddox around second will go to third as the center fielder Unser comes in to field the ball and throws into second. Well, Carlos May ripped one right back through the middle.
More importantly, though, you're watching Maddox off and running, and he showed very little effects of that damaged right knee. He made the turn at second base, cut the bag, made a short turn, got on to third base, and didn't limp too much.
Very good, Bill. You know, Elliott's been running a lot, and running in a straight line or running in circles. He has been a little leery to make the sharp cuts, and of course I can understand that.
Well, he made that one. I don't think he could cut it any closer. A lot of guys run out around shortstop. He made a good cut there at second base.
Here's Fran Healy, right-hand hitting catcher, and he takes a strike over the outside corner. Healy has not had much opportunity to play this year. He's batting .158. He's been up only 38 times with 6 singles. Runners first and third, 2 down. Sanders offers, breaking ball hit on the ground at shortstop. Harrelson is up, goes the short route to Mian at second, and that retires the side. May is forced for the Yankees. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left. End of 1. It's the Mets nothing and the Yankees nothing.
7826000. 7826000. Lincoln Savings Bank.
Retirement department, please.
Those lines are busy, sir. Is this about an individual retirement account?
Yes, is that ad for real?
Yes, sir. If you're not already covered by a pension plan, you can save 15% of your income up to $1,500 a year in a Lincoln retirement account.
And not pay any taxes on it?
No taxes till you retire, not even on the interest. How old are you?
27. How old are you?
Let's see, 27. If you save $1,500 a year, okay?
Well, okay.
At our current rate of 7.75%, at 65, you'll have $373,170.
Oh, wow. Are you members of the FDIC?
Yes, and if you withdraw it quarterly over 10 years, the extra interest brings it to well over $500,000.
$500,000? Guaranteed?
Well, rates change, but the Lincoln guarantees their highest available interest at all times.
What about my Social Security?
Oh, that'll be a fringe benefit.
What about dinner tonight?
Lincoln Savings Bank. 7826000. 7826000.
Oh, as Frank Messer mentioned earlier, Gene Michael, one of the most popular Yankees recent years, will be coming back. He'll be a coach on Billy Martin's staff. He'll join Yogi Berra, Ellie Howard, Bob Lemon, and Dick Hauser. And Michael will join the team tomorrow in Minnesota. He'll spend most of the season with the Yankees, handling normal coaching assignments and working with the infielders. And the Stick will also spend a few days with the Yankee farm team, working with infield prospects and assisting their development in the organization. Stick still lives over in Norwood, New Jersey, and he was honored by Gene Michael Day here at the stadium. One of the things that impressed me about that, Frank, was that Gene wanted nothing at all. He simply wanted the money to go for a scholarship for deserving athletes.
Very good. All right, we go to the top half of the second inning, and John Milner, left-hand hitting left fielder, steps in. He takes a low curve from Guidry, ball 1. Ron comes back with a fastball that's fouled out of play on the third base side. You know, Bill White, as I sit here and look at this crowd, as excited as they are, as you said, about 50-50 Yankee and Met fans, can't help but think what a boon interleague play would be. Curve comes in high.
Well, you better convince Walter O'Malley of that, then.
I've always been an advocate of it. This pitch is taken outside. Evidently, the last pitch, the curve was not high, as the strike is up on the board.
I think they'll eventually get to interleague play.
So we'll say this is 2-2, and it's ripped to right field, base hit. So Milner picks up base hit number 2 for the Mets. Elliott Maddox fires back to the infield. Nothing wrong with Elliott's arm. Milner is on, and Roy Steger will be the batter. Can't help but think you have such great natural rivals, such as the Yankees and the Mets. I'm sure the Cubs and the White Sox would be. Phillies and the Orioles, very close. How about the Oakland A's and the San Francisco Giants, and the Dodgers and the Angels? First pitch to the right-hand hitting Steger is in for a called strike.
Chicago and Chicago.
Right?
Kansas City, St. Louis?
Yes, that would be a good one. Montreal and Toronto. 0-1 pitch. Bouncing ball up the middle. Mason comes in, has it behind the mound, throws to second for 1, back to first, no. Mason Fielded the high hopper between second base and the mound. Underhanded it to Sandy Alomar for the force at second base on Milner. Steger beat the bouncing throw to first base. It was not a double play ball by any manner of means. So the Yankees cut down the lead runner, and Del Unser will step in. Del Unser is batting .224, 9 doubles, 1 triple, 4 home runs, and 22 runs batted in. He has played in both leagues. First pitch to him. Swung on, hit deep to right field. This one is way back. Maddox going back to the track, back to the wall, and he goes up. The ball is off the top of the wall or off his glove. The ball is in play. On his way to third base is Steger. He's held up there. Into second base goes Unser, and that will be a 2-base hit. Now Joe Frazier, the Mets manager, is going to come out and ask the home plate umpire, Hank Soar, if that ball might not have hit something over the top of the fence and come back.
You know, Frank, I think a fan got his hand down over that fence and just flipped that ball out of the glove of Maddox. Elliott looked like he had a play on the ball, and he was there, leaped up. All of a sudden, the ball bounces out of something, and I believe the fan did get his hand down there. But on the other hand, the umpire, well, he wouldn't call him out for interference. This is Yankees' home park. But Maddox had a shot at that ball. And I believe either he was, the ball was touched by somebody out there other than Maddox.
Well, Frazier is discussing the point now with first base umpire Satch Davidson of the National League. Sometimes I think the umpire got the last word. He put his nose right up in Joe's face. Frazier now is looking out to his base runner at second, Del Unser, as he walks back to the dugout. So it goes as a 2-base hit, and the Mets have runners at second and third. 1 out, and the batter will be Jay Cleven, the catcher. We told you Cleven was called up from the minor leagues for this ball game. He's 26 years old, and he takes a ball. He's been catching at Tidewater. Right-hand hitter, fairly deep in the box, and the pitch is looped out into right field. That's going to be a base hit and drive in 2 runs. Maddox is up with it, makes his throw to second base, and the Mets lead by a score of 2-0. So Jay Cleven, a right-hand hitter, went with the pitch and looped it into right for a single and 2 RBIs. Right now we'll pause 15 seconds for station identification on the New York Yankee Home of Champions radio network.
WMCA, Strauss Communications in New York. This is Mel Allen. Don't ship a package with an air freight company. Ship it with an air freight system. Emery, the shortest distance between 2 points.
All right, here we go with the pitcher, Ken Sanders, batting. Right-hand hitter up there to bunt, and he takes high, ball 1. The Mets declined the option of using a designated hitter, so Sanders, the pitcher, is batting, and, of course, in the number 9 spot. Down at first base is Cleven. There's 1 away. Vela is in on the grass at third. He squares to bunt and bunts it down the first baseline, foul. We were talking earlier about the young man Cleven, called up from AAA ball to catch this game, and he has driven in the game's first 2 runs. The Mets lead 2-0. 1 ball and 1 strike on Ken Sanders. The pitch to him. He squares and bunts it back toward the mound. Guidry is up. He has a play at second. He goes there to Mason out, back to first, and a good scoop by Carlos May. It's a double play. A 1-6-3 double play as Carlos May had to backhand the ball out of the dirt. The Mets get 2 runs out of 3 hits. There were no errors and nobody left. At the end of 1.5 innings, it's the Mets 2 and the Yankees nothing.
Yes, it's the year to say yes at your Chrysler Plymouth dealer.
If you're looking for a luxury car that's an excellent investment when you buy and when you sell, then this is the year to say yes to Cordoba, the most successful new model Chrysler ever introduced.
Yes, yes, it's the year to say yes at your Chrysler Plymouth dealer.
And now Cordova's even got the best resale value. Yes, according to Automotive Market Report national averages, of all one-year-old mid-sized personal luxury cars, Cordova returns the greatest percentage of your investment based on original sticker price.
Yes, yes, it's the year to say yes. At your Chrysler Plymouth dealer.
See the men who say yes at your local Chrysler Plymouth dealer today.
Yes.
Well, the Mets have made a couple of defensive changes as we go to the bottom of the second here. They lead 2-0. They've got a new left fielder, Bruce Boyclair, and the new center fielder, Leon Brown. Boyclair will bat fifth in Milner's spot, and Brown will bat seventh in the spot vacated by Del Unser. Of course, the Met skipper can flip-flop those should he wish. I suppose, though, Frank, they'll bat for the guys whose place they took.
I would presume they would. They usually do that in an exhibition game.
Yes, Bob Shepard just mentioned it. Beauclair batting fifth, Brown seventh.
And Otto Velez will step in to lead off for the Yankees. Velez playing at third base tonight. He has played there before. He is batting .222 on the season. 1 double, 1 home run, 3 runs batted in. And he is a right-hand hitter.
Hey, Hank Aaron just hit his 3rd home run of the year with 2 on. Milwaukee leads California 7-1. Brewers batting bottom of the 5th. How many's after Aaron now? 748?
48 is right. All right, the first pitch to Velez. Down low for a ball. Breaking pitch from the right-hander Sanders. They play Velez pretty much up the middle with a center fielder. Brown maybe a step toward left. 1-0 delivery. Cut on and bounce slowly to the left side. Cutting in front of the shortstop is the third baseman Staker. He throws in time to Torrey at first. Velez is out, 1 away, and Sandy Alomar will come on as a left-hand hitter. Alomar's switch hitter is batting .219. He is a better hitter right-handed than left. Kerry Dineen is on deck. The shortstop, Harrelson, shades towards second base on Alomar. The kick and the pitch. Foul back right below us. Right fielder Mike Vail broke over toward the corner as Alomar fouled that pitch back. So both right fielders tonight coming off injuries, Elliot Maddox and Mike Vail. The 1-strike pitch to Alomar, hit in the air to left center. Moving over for it is the center fielder, Leon Brown. He's under it, and he makes the catch. There are 2 down. Mike Vail suffered a dislocated right foot in a mid-February basketball game. He has been on the Mets disabled list all season. So he is playing right field for the Mets, and Elliot Maddox, who is recovering from knee surgery, is playing right field for the Yankees. Here is Kerry Dineen, left-hand batter. Dineen has been up 7 times with 2 hits. 2 outs in the first pitch, inside. One of Dineen's 2 hits won a ball game for the Yankees the same day he was called up from Syracuse of the International League. Sanders rocks and offers, and an overhand curve is fouled back off the plate umpire, Hank Soar. 1 ball and 1 strike. I believe Soar was the roving assignment umpire in the American League last year, and thought he was retired, but he turned out he umpired better than 60 ball games.
They might use him again this year, the way everybody's complaining.
Never know. Well, Hank.
One group doesn't get along too well with the Cleveland Indians. They might break that group up, though I doubt it. Tough to win fighting the umpires. They do the best they can always.
Yes, you're right, Bill. They certainly do. 1 ball, 1 strike pitch to Dineen. Curve is low. Ball 2. 2-1. Yeah, Frank Robinson's team had, I think, 16 ejections by one umpiring crew this year. Now the 2-1 pitch coming. It is popped up on the right side. Circling under it is the second baseman, Mian. He makes the catch on the skin of the infield to retire the side. The Yankees go in order, and at the end of 2, it's the Mets 2 and the Yankees nothing.
Who's on first in mozzarella and ricotta? Polly-O, that's who. Polly-O is the first in mozzarella and ricotta cheese because Polly-O is the last word in quality and purity. Flavor, too, because the authentic Italian taste of Polly-O mozzarella and ricotta makes a delicious difference in dishes Italiano. Take the guesswork out of cooking Italian style. Go with the best sellers in Italian soft cheese. Creamy smooth Polly-O ricotta and easy slicing, fast-melting Polly-O mozzarella at your favorite market now.
Get to know Polly-O. If all you need is money, come on into HFC.
You work hard all year for your vacation, and you look forward to it. So when it finally comes, be sure to make the most of it with a vacation loan from Household Finance, an equal opportunity lender.
Oh, come on in. Come on in. Come on in to HFC.
Household Finance, where people use our money to get the most out of life.
Come on in to HFC.
I'd like to remind you of some special days here at the stadium. The first will be on the 26th of this month. The Yankees will be playing the Milwaukee Brewers, and it'll be Shirt Day. If you're 14 and under and buy a ticket, you'll get a T-shirt with the Yankee logo on it on the 26th of this month. And you'll get a chance to see Hank Aaron and the Milwaukee Brewers. On July 11th, the Chicago White Sox will be here, and it'll be Jacket Day here at the stadium. Same rules apply. Then on August 22nd, Bat Day. That's always a big day, and the California Angels will be in. Frank?
Okay, Bill, Bud Harrelson is the batter, and he takes high and inside, ball 1. Harrelson, leading off the first inning for the Mets, lined out to Otto Velez at third. A nice play by Velez. Next pitch, hit on the ground, foul outside of third. A lot of activity in the stands. Some folks may still be coming in. And as Bill White told you earlier, there is a very fine crowd on hand for the ball game. Now the 1-1 pitch to Bud Harrelson. Foul back upstairs. Over on the right side, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Elliot Maddox in right field plays very shallow on Bud Harrelson. Rivers shallow, straight away in center. Deneen straight away in left. The infield shades him just a bit on the third base side. 1-2 pitch from Guidry. Fastball is lined and knocked down, but not handled by Velez. Picked up by Mason. His throw safe. Mason's throw pulled Carlos May off the bag to the right field side. Mason had just a little more time, I think, than he realized to set up. An off-balance throw, as he was not expecting the ball. It was knocked down by Velez, and his throw pulled Carlos May off. It will be a base hit for Harrelson, and that is the 5th hit for the Mets. He hit that ball just like he did the one Velez caught. This time it kicked right off his glove. Felix Millan steps in. Second baseman grounded out to Mason at short his first time up. He swings and lines one through the right side, base hit into right field. Harrelson down to second base, stops as Maddox, fine arm, gets the ball back to the infield. So back-to-back singles, and the Mets are threatening again with runners at first and second, nobody out. The batter is Joe Torre, who singled in the first inning. The Mets are leading in the ball game by a score of 2-0. They now have 6 hits off left-hander Ron Guidry. Guidry looks down to Fran Healy for his sign, starts the stretch, sets below the belt, and his pitch a fastball low. This pitch is hit high in the air to straightaway left field. Deneen sets up under it. Harrelson is tagged to second. Deneen makes the catch. Harrelson makes him throw, but a perfect throw to Velez, and Harrelson goes back. Right-hander Jim Beattie is throwing in the Yankee bullpen. He was called up from Syracuse for this ball game. And now Mike Vail batting for the first time this year. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Vail is a right-hand hitter. He replaced Kingman after Sky King had 1 time at bat. And flied out to Maddox, who made a running, or rather to Rivers, who made a running catch in center. Guidry deals. Fastball inside. Bale suffering an off-season accident in a basketball game. Swings on this one, fouls it back and into the mezzanine, just off to our right. I recall this kid Bale. Pretty good season last year. He steps out, and time is called for him. Evidently, Guidry went to his mouth with his hand because Hank Soar signifies a ball and a strike. 2 on, 1 gone. The pitch, a curve, is lined and caught by Alomar. He flips it to Mason for the double play. Sandy Alomar juggled that ball, caught it in his gloved hand, lost it, caught it again in his right hand, and then just flipped it to Jim Mason for the double play on Harrelson. No runs, 2 hits, 1 left. And in the middle of the third, it's the Mets 2 and the Yankees nothing.
I want a beer like no other beer.
I'm Schaefer people.
I want flavor that won't disappear.
I'm Schaefer people.
Consistency makes a great beer, and Schaefer's consistently great tasting every single time because Schaefer's brewed the old world way. Kreuzening, we call it. Since 1842, Kreuzening, the extra step of brewing twice, has kept Schaefer consistently fresh and crisp, consistently great tasting beer after Schaefer beer.
I want a beer like no other beer.
I'm Schaefer people. I want flavor that won't disappear. I'm Schaefer people. A Schaefer beer goes straight to your third. Your last one tastes as good as your first. Go out and get a Schaefer and be Schaefer people too. Go out and get a Schaefer and be Schaefer people too.
F&M Schaefer Brewing Company, New York, New York.
Well, a couple of more changes for the Mets as we go to the bottom of the third. They've got a new third baseman. Check that. No, they got a new shortstop. That's Mike Phillips, replacing Bud Harrelson. And they also have a new second baseman, Wayne Garrett. He's in for Felix Millan. So the infield now, Stager at third, Phillips at shortstop, Wayne Garrett at second base, Joe Torre still at first. Frank?
Okay, Bill, and a young man was just introduced to the crowd here. Pat Tabler, who was the Yankees' #1 draft choice in the free agent draft. He's a high school graduate from the city of Cincinnati, was just introduced, and most of the Yankee bench came out to take a look at him. He's seated right behind the Yankee dugout.
Got a little money.
I'm sure he must have. #1 draft choices can pick up a little money. Here's Jim Mason leading off the bottom half of the third. Left-hand hitter, and the first pitch is down low for a ball. I asked Tabler what kind of a year he had in high school this past year, and he said, oh, so-so. And I said, well, what's so-so? What did you hit? And he said, I'm 496. Mason bounces one foul outside of first, and the young man was not being facetious. He acted like he wasn't happy with it.
Well, I tell you, the pro's a little bit different. You're going out there every day, getting on those buses. Where's he going to play, at Oneonta?
Yeah, he'll play at Oneonta.
Well, he'll get on a bus here and there. He'll get $2 a day meal money.
That's $2 more than he got in high school.
Yeah, but it'll be a test for him, though.
1-1 pitch now to Mason. Jim takes low and away for a ball, 2-1. I'll tell you one thing. He is starting his baseball career in a beautiful, beautiful town that has some very, very wonderful and very lovely people. They really are excited about their ball club in Oneonta, New York.
That's a Yankee farm team,
yes.
Right? Yeah.
Yes, it is. 2-1 pitch. Mason bounces it slowly on the right side, moving over to his left to second baseman Garrett. He flips to Sanders, covering. Sanders drops the throw, and Mason is safe.
Well, Garrett, normally a third baseman, playing out of position, and Frank, he did what a lot of guys do at second base, and by the way, the pitcher will get the air. That's Sanders. I think Garrett waited until Sanders got to the bag and threw the ball. Sanders had to look for the bag and look for the ball, therefore he missed the baseball. Give the pitcher the ball before he gets to the bag.
And lead him a little bit with it. All right, Mason is on the error charge to Sanders. And the batter is Mickey Rivers. Mickey popped up to third baseman Stager his first time up. Left-hand hitter. There's the stretch now by Sanders and the pitch. Line right field. If it's a fair ball, it's extra bases. Fair ball in the corner. Extra base hit. On his way to third base is Mason, and Hauser flags him down as Rivers goes into second base with a double. Solid two-bagger on a line drive into the right field corner by Mickey Rivers. So the Yankees have a chance to tie this ball game up. Elliot Maddox, who walked in the first inning, steps in. Maddox, a right-hand batter. Elliot Maddox kicked around for a while, then came to the Yankees, got a chance to play. Bill Verdon put him in center field, and he turned into one of the best center fielders, I think, in the American League, if not the best. And he also has been swinging a good bat. He hit .307 last year until he was hurt, .303 the year before. Right-hand hitter, and the pitch to him. He swung on, hit on the ground to first base. The runners hold up as the first baseman, Torrey, comes up with it and goes to the bag. So Maddox is retired by Torrey unassisted. One down, and the batter will be Lou Piniella. Lou Piniella popped up to second baseman Mian his first time up. Wayne Garrett is now at second base, as Bill told you, and Dave Phillips the shortstop, as Joe Frazier has made wholesale changes early in this ball game. Of course, the Mets are a retired ball club. They played a doubleheader against the Giants in San Francisco yesterday. Flew home, got home about 5 o'clock this morning. Two on with one out. And Piniella is waiting on Sanders. The right-hander works off the set position, and he comes in with a breaking ball that misses. Sanders sort of wonders where that pitch was. Carlos May is on deck. They really bunch up the middle on Piniella. Phillips and Garrett could almost shake hands over second base. The pitch to him, low and away. 2 balls and no strikes. The outfield is spread out. The Mets lead 2-0. The Yankees have 2 on, 1 out. Base hit by Rivers, the double a moment ago, the Yankees' second hit in the ball game. The pitch to Piniella, low and away, ball 3. Three balls, no strikes. Mason leads away at third. Now Rivers will take a short lead at second base. Right-hander Sanders looks over at Mason, sets and deals. Piniella swings, ground ball back up the middle, and it's behind the bag at second. Fielded there, thrown on to first in time. The run scores, and Rivers holds at second base. Mickey Rivers held up at second as Mason scores. And batter Lou Piniella is thrown out by the shortstop, Dave Phillips, who went behind the bag to take a slow roller that went back through the box. So the Yankees are on the board. It's a 2-1 ball game, and you'll give Piniella a run batted in. He is out 6-3. Rivers holding at second, and the batter is Carlos May. Carlos May singled to center field his first time up. The look back for Rivers, and the pitch to Carlos is high, ball 1. The Yankees called up 2 right-handers from the minor league for this ball game. We mentioned Jim Beatty a moment ago. Also, Gil Patterson was called up from West Haven for tonight. 1-0 pitch. Strike is called. It's 1-1. Out in left field, Bruce Beauclair is very shallow on Carlos May. Center fielder Leon Brown shades him toward right, and Mike Vail straight away and fairly deep in right field. The infield is backed off. Rivers can get a pretty good lead off second base. He draws a look from Ken Sanders. Now the right-hander is ready, and the 1-1 pitch. outside. 2 balls and a strike. Back to American League action for the Yankees tomorrow night as they take on the Minnesota Twins in Bloomington, Minnesota. We'll have the game for you on radio at 8:55, on television at 9 o'clock, New York time. Sanders, rather slow worker, now deals 2-1. Changeup is high, ball 3. And the crowd is alive. 3 balls and a strike on Carlos May. Fran Healy is on deck. Rivers at second, 2 out. The look back there by Sanders, and the 3-1 pitch is cut on and missed. He came in with a breaking ball on 3-1 and had Carlos May fishing. Sanders will deliver 3-2 to May, and it is lined to right field. That's going to be a base hit. Rivers is going to try it. Bale is up. Here comes his throw to the plate. Here comes Rivers. Throw is cut off. Throw to second base, safe at second, and the Yankees have tied it up. A single, a run batted in, and Carlos May goes to second base on Mike Bale's throw in toward the plate. The throw was cut off by third baseman Steger. He fired to second. It was not a good throw back to second base, and they did not tag Carlos May. So May is 2 for 2 with an RBI, and this ball game is tied up 2-2. Fran Healy steps in. The Yankee catcher grounded out to the shortstop. His first time up. He takes a look at a low outside pitch, ball 1. And that's 2 runs on 6 hits. The Yankees 2 runs on 3 hits. Due to the error by the pitcher, neither Yankee run is earned. This pitch is hit high in the air to deep center field. Back goes Leon Brown. He has room, and he makes the catch in deep center to retire the side. The Yankees tie it up with 2 runs on 2 hits. There was 1 Met error, and 1 man is left on base. At the end of 3, it's a brand new ball game. The Yankees 2 and the Mets 2.
Colonial's Yankee Franks, the beef franks with the taste that takes you out to the ball game, present the flavor of Yankee baseball. After playing 2,130 straight games, Iron Man Lou Gehrig took himself out of the Yankee lineup. Joe McCarthy remembers how it happened.
It was an off day, and he came up to my room, and he said he didn't think he was doing the ball club any good. And he thought he would probably like to get out of the game for a rest. Lou was the captain of the ball club at the time. So he took the batting order up. Well, the park was packed. I never heard such an ovation. Those people in the Briggs Stadium, they stood up and cheered, and Lou came back in the dugout and began to cry.
The flavor of Yankee baseball is brought to you by Colonial's Yankee Franks. The only Franks sold at Yankee Stadium are now available at supermarkets near you, so you can enjoy that famous baseball flavor on your own home plate. Colonial's Yankee Franks, the beef franks with the taste that takes you out to the ball game.
Well, the Yankees make changes now as we go to the 4th inning. Right-hander Jim Beattie will be the new pitcher. Oscar Gamble has gone out to play right field, and Elliot Maddox has moved over to center field. Beattie has just now made his way to the mound to start his warm-up throws. Beattie at Syracuse had started 10 games. He has a record of 4 wins and 1 loss in AAA ball, although a rather high earned run average of 4.85. In 65 innings, he had walked 39 and struck out 47, with a record of 4 wins and 1 loss. Jim Beattie was invited to spring training this year by the Yankees. He's a big kid, 6'6" and 205 pounds, from Hampton, Virginia. He now makes his home in South Portland, Maine, out of Dartmouth College. This is only his 2nd year in professional baseball. Started last year at Oneonta, won 2 and lost none. Went to Syracuse, where he won 2 and lost 2. Born on the 4th of July. He was captain-elect of the Dartmouth basketball team when selected by the Yankees and chose to sign a pro contract and gave up his college eligibility in basketball. He was an honorable mention All-American basketball player in 1972. He was All-New England in 1974 and the most valuable player of the Kodak Classic in 1974-75. Beatty's baseball career started in the Cape Cod League. He's the biggest man on the field now. The Kingman's out of the ball game at 6'6". All right, he's ready to work and ready with the play-by-play, ladies and gentlemen. Here's Bill White.
All right, Frank Messer. First pitch in is fouled back by Bruce Boisclair. Got a change now. We've got Maddox in center field. You gave that already? All right, and Gamble out and right for the Yankees. Now, Fran Healy wants to talk to Jim Beatty. Get the sign straight. Boisclair got into the ball game in the second inning, replacing John Milner in left field. He bats left-handed. Beatty looks for a sign. Gets it, rocks, kicks, and deals a one-strike pitch. Hit foul left side, upper deck. No balls, 2 strikes. Once again, Fran Healy out talking to Beatty. Now Healy back behind the plate. And the 2-strike pitch to Boisclair. Curveball, bounce slowly toward first. It'll kick foul. Carlos May grabs it before Roy McMillan can get it. How do you like that, Scooter? McMillan managed that ball club last year for a while. They brought in a new manager. He decided to stay.
Yeah, that is unusual.
The count still 2 strikes on Bruce Boisclair. Beatty's next pitch. Misses wide. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Yankees have Velez at third. Mason's the shortstop. Alomar the second baseman. And Carlos May playing at first. Here's a 1-2 delivery. Too high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Gary Deneen out in left field. Elliot Maddox in center. And Oscar Gamble now out in right field. 2-2 pitch. Line left field, but Deneen is right there. Backing up a bit. He's got it. 1 away. Let's take 15 seconds for station identification on the New York Yankee Home of Champions Radio Network.
WMCA Strauss Communications in New York. This is Bob Grant. I'm heard on WMCA Monday through Friday from 3 until 7 p.m. Join me, won't you?
No balls, 1 strike on Steger. 1 out, nobody on. Score tied, 2-2, top of the 4th. The next pitch is low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Steger forced a runner at second base in the second inning, and he scored on a single by Jay Clevin, the catcher. 1-1 pitch, called strike 2, and Scooter looks like this guy's got a lot of heat.
He can fire that ball. Well, he's big enough and he's strong enough.
Beatty looks for a sign. Gets it. 1-2 pitch. Curveball is high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Didn't break. Stayed up. On deck is Leon Brown, the center fielder. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Steger takes wide. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Ron Guidry started. He went 3 innings, gave up 2 runs on 6 hits. Didn't strike anybody out, nor did he walk anybody. 3-2 pitch. Bounced over the mound. Mason waits on a nice hop. Fires to first base just in time. 2 down. And with 2 outs, nobody on, here's Leon Brown.
Leon Brown.
He's batting the first time tonight. Replaced Del Unser in the second inning. Brown bats right-handed. He's batting .226. Beatty's first pitch is a fastball that goes by everybody. Back up against the screen. 1 ball, no strikes. Put glasses on him, it'll be like Ryan Durn. 3-inch glasses. Here's the 1-0 pitch now to Brown. Fastball bounces second. Alomar to his left. Scoops it up, takes his time, flips on to May at first base. And that's all for Leon Brown. 3 up, 3 down for the Mets. We go to the bottom half, the 4th inning. The score, Yankees 2, the Mets 2.
1971, Jack in the Box restaurants wake up the fast food industry with the Breakfast Jack sandwich. 1972, the Jumbo Jack hamburger makes history. 1973, it's the Big Shake. 1974, the Jack steak sandwich makes its debut. 1975, the year of the Super Taco. Year after year, Jack in the Box marches on. Watch out, McDonald's.
A world leader in miniaturized electronics presents a new kind of digital timepiece. Truly slim, incredibly beautiful. A precise 5-function timepiece built by Fairchild, one of the world's leading suppliers of precision electronics. 1 button tells you hours, minutes, seconds, month, and date. Comes in a complete line of men's and women's styles, yellow and white finishes. Extremely durable, water and scratch resistant. Priced from only $115. When it's time, think Fairchild at distinctive jewelers everywhere.
Yes, sir. Gene Michael's back with the Yankees.
Yeah, you shortstops have a way of hanging around.
Yeah, how about that? Well, they know when you got brains and you know shortstop can help a club in some capacity, they sign him.
Well, the Yankees now, what is it, 4 or 5 coaches?
Well, they got at least 5.
And a manager.
And a manager. Yeah, they got Yogi, Howard, Hauser, and Lemon. And now, Gene Michael.
All right, Rick Baldwin is the new Met hurler as we go into the bottom of the 4th, and Otto Velez will face him. Otto's been up once, bounced to 3rd. First pitch is up too high, a ball. Velez, Alomar, Dineen. You're in the 4th inning for the Yankees. We've got a 2-2 tie.
Did you say Mike Ciani was there?
Mike Ciani, he's right behind us. 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed. How do you know Mike Ciani?
I know. Look at that Huckleberry down there on the doing a little dance on the Mets dugout.
Well, everybody's here to have fun. Here's the 1-1 delivery to Otto Velez. Swung on and missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, I knew Mike before he went with the Oakland Raiders.
He's down to Villanova?
Yeah.
All right. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, and Velez goes down swinging. 1 away.
And Mike, you had a chance to be a baseball player. You were a pretty good ball player in college, right? Come on. Local boy.
This is social art. You talk to Ciani.
No, go ahead. You're a couple of Philadelphians, although Mike's not from Philadelphia, right?
Yeah, I went to school down there.
I know you did.
Good school, Villanova. My daughter goes there.
No, but in baseball, what position did you play?
I was a shortstop.
I figured, did smart, good-looking kid. All shortstops are like that.
First pitch, Alomar is inside. Go on.
Yeah, I was drafted by the Yankees out of high school. I went to high school in Staten Island, and the Yankees drafted me.
But you chose football,
still be straight at even out there playing shortstop. The 1-0 pitch to Alomar. Swung on, bounced foul outside of first.
No, you know, I often wondered if we had gotten some of those big, husky football players and extra big basketball players that could play baseball, we'd have some kind of a team. But all these Huckleberries chose football. How come? That's a rough sport.
Well, Phil, at the time, I thought my education was pretty important, and Villanova was a good school, and I also had the opportunity to play football and baseball down there.
Alomar lines one to right field, and it's dropped by the right fielder, Vail, and Sandy will go on into second base, and that'll probably be a 2-base error. Nope, they're going to give him a base hit.
Mayor's Trophy game, they're very generous. And it's strange, isn't it? The 2 fellas who were hurt and hadn't played a ball game, Elliot Maddox and Mike Vail, having a little bit of problems in right field. Elliot on that long fly to the wall, he's not used to it. Now they changed it to an error.
Should have been that in the first place. Well, Alomar down at second, one away. The batter, Gary Dineen, the left fielder. Got a 2-2 tie here in the bottom of the fourth. Dineen fouls it back. No balls, one strike. You know, Oakland's got a guy out there from Brooklyn who runs that ball club, Al Davis. Pretty shrewd
He runs
fella.
the club. I thought the coach did.
Nope. Davis runs that club.
I'll tell you, that Oakland club, they're trying to corral everybody. Who are they trying to get now? O.J. Simpson. Ooh.
Throw the second base, and Alomar's back. No, John Madden's the coach, but Davis runs everything. I think. He agrees. Ciani agrees. Now Garrett trying to sneak in behind Alomar. Rick Baldwin in here. He struck out a man, and he was hurt by a two-base error by his right fielder, Mike Vail, allowing Alomar to get down to second with one away. Here's a one-strike pitch to Dineen. Hit on the ground. Base hit left field. Alomar will not be able to score. The left fielder, Blake Clare, was playing almost right behind shortstop. So the Yankees now have runners at first and third with one away, and the batter is Jim Mason, the shortstop. Mason has been up once, got on an error by the pitcher. He bounced the ball to first base and actually to second base, and Garrett waited until the starting pitcher, Sanders, got near the back, threw the ball, and Sanders couldn't handle it. Sanders picking up the air. So Mason's 0 for 1. Runners lead off first and third, and the pitch. Hit in the air, foul left side. That'll be out of play. And it'll make the first row on the upper deck, then kicks back out and goes downstairs. So they count, no balls, one strike on Mason. We're in the bottom half of the fourth inning. The Mets have 2 runs on 6 hits. The Yankees 2 runs on 4. The Mets have also committed a couple of errors. Baldwin now with the new baseball sets. Checks the runners off first and third, and the one-strike pitch is down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Moving on deck is Oscar Gamble. Now Baldwin's ready again. Here's the 1-1 pitch with the runner going inside a ball, and Clevin, the catcher, decides to hold the ball. So give Dineen a stolen base, and that takes the possibility of the double play away, and the Mets might have to bring their infield in. Let's see how they play it. The pitch was inside, so it's 2 balls and a strike on Mason with 1 away, and the Mets will keep their infield back except for their third baseman, Stager, who is even with the bag and just wide of third. Now Baldwin sets, and the 2-1 pitch to Mason. Hit on the ground to second base. Alomar's going to score. Garrett makes his play to first base, but the Yankees now lead at 3-2. Mason thrown out 4-3. He picks up a run batted in. Alomar scores easily. Dineen goes on to third base, and we're just talking about that by Dineen stealing second, Phil. That would have been a double play had he stayed there.
Perfect double play. I can't understand Frazier not playing the infield in, though. You know how I hate to give up runs, but...
Yeah. Here's Gamble. He's up for his first time in this ball game. Baldwin in the windup and the pitch. Taken inside a ball. So once again, Yankee speed works to their advantage. Dineen stealing second base. Possible ground ball, a double play was not gotten. Scored a run. Inside, 2 balls, no strikes on Gamble. Gamble replaced Mickey Rivers in the outfield last inning. Rivers had popped to third and doubled to right. Scored a run. 2-0 pitch to Gamble. Swung on line, base hit center field. Dineen will score easily, and the Yankees now lead 4-2. Now you can't pitch Gamble low. He raked that ball to center field. A clean single. Dineen scoring easily. And the Yankees have now increased their lead to 4-2 over the Mets. That was their 5th base hit. Here's Elliot Maddox. He's walked and bounced to first. 0 for 1. Scooter, do you think Elliott's holding his bat a little bit higher this year?
Absolutely. I don't think he's quite back in the groove. Because, and as a matter of fact, he was leaning, it seemed to me, leaning even more in than he did.
Of course, he'll work that out as he goes along. Goes back to first base, and Gamble is back. Oscar at first base, 1 away. 2 away. Check that. They're 2 outs. Yankees lead 4-2, bottom of the 4th. Pitch to Maddox. A slider that misses outside. We'll be in Minnesota tomorrow night. Yankees and the Minnesota Twins as we go back to American League action. Now Baldwin is ready. And the 1-0 pitch to Maddox. Misses low, 2 balls, no strikes. Now time is called. Clevin, the catcher, wants to talk to Baldwin. Tomorrow night, Doc Ellis will be on the mound for the Yankees. He'll go against Pete Redfern. Then on Wednesday, it'll be Ed Figueroa against Bill Singer. The ball game should start at 9 o'clock New York time. Oh, Clevin back behind the plate, and Baldwin's ready. A pitch. Hit foul, upper deck right side. 2 balls, 1 strike on Maddox. Frank Messer mentioned to you the Mets got in very early this morning. They've made a lot of changes. They had Harrelson starting. They got Mike Phillips in there now. Mion started, but Wayne Garrett's in there at second base. They've got a whole new outfield. Inside, 3 balls, 1 strike on Maddox. Boy Claire replaced Milner in left. Leon Brown replaced Unser in center. Mike Vail replaced Dave Kingman in right. Throw the first base, and Gamble is back. Roy Stager still at third, Joe Torre still at first, and Jay Clevin still behind the plate. Now the set by Baldwin. 3-1 pitch. Maddox takes outside, ball 4. Maddox at first base, that moves Gamble down to second. Still 2 outs, and the batter's Lou Piniella. Pinella's popped to second and bounced to short. When he bounced to short in the 3rd inning, it drove in a run. Yankees lead 4-2. We're in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Gamble off second. Maddox off first. And the pitch to Piniella. Moves him back. 1 ball, no strikes. Gamble does not take too big a lead down at second. As Baldwin checks him, and the pitch to Piniella. Inside again, 2 balls, no strikes. On deck is Carlos May. He's 2 for 2. And he's driven in a run. Baldwin checking signs with Clevin. Now he straightens up, and the 2-0 pitch to Piniella is inside again. 3 balls, no strikes. Baldwin keeping the ball in close on Piniella. He knows he likes the ball out over the plate. Piniella took a quick look down at third base, and Dick Hauser gave him a quick sign. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Right in there, called strike. It's 3-1. Runners lead off first and second with 2 away. 4th inning. 3-1 pitch to Piniella. Swung on and missed. Count is full, and everybody will be running. Gamble off second. Maddox off first with 2 outs. Yankees have a 4-2 lead over the Mets. Baldwin taking a long time reading the signs. Now he's ready. Runners go. Payoff pitch. Line foul into the seats down the right side. Oh, Gamble and Maddox just got a little bit of exercise. Gamble back to second. Maddox back to first. They'll start again. Baldwin is ready. Checks the runners, and they go. The pitch. Down low, bases loaded. Gamble at third base. Maddox down at second. Piniella on at first. 2 men out. Here's Carlos May. Carlos single to center field in the first inning. Single to right field, driving and a run in the third. He's 2 for 2. Probably thinking, too bad those base hits won't count in the American League stats. Of course, they'll count tomorrow night when the Yankees play the Twins up in Minnesota. Baldwin in the windup and the pitch to May. Down low, a ball. Well, it's up to Baldwin. Joe Frazier has nobody getting loose in his bullpen on left center. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Carlos May. Down low again, 2 balls, no strikes. Bases loaded with Yankees and 2 outs. Here's the 2-0 pitch to May. In there, called strike. It's 2-1. Outfield playing May just slightly to pull. The infield the same way. As Baldwin rocks, kicks, and deals a 2-1 pitch. Swung on, base hit up the middle. 1 run will score. Maddox around third base. He's going to score. And the Yankees now lead 6-2. That Carlos May is some kind of hitter.
I tell you, he is a clutch hitter. He's proved that since he's been with the Yankees. And you know, tonight, Bill, the outstanding player of the game receives normally a beautiful watch. Whoever is the most valuable player, and Carlos has almost got it locked up right now.
He's got 3 runs batted in and 3 straight singles. Yankees now lead 6-2. They've got Piniella down at second base, May on at first, and here's Fran Healy to catch him. 2 outs. Healy hits one in the air deep left, but right there is Bruce Boisclair. And he puts it away for out number 3. The Yankees bat around in the 4th inning. They score 4 times. On 1, 2, 3. 3 base hits, 1 error, 2 men left on base. At the end of 4, the Yankees lead the Mets 6-2.
If all you need is money, come on into HFC.
Sometimes the things you really want seem so close. If only you had a little extra money. That's why at Household Finance, we'll do everything we can to make you a loan. We believe that money shouldn't come between you and what you want out of life. HFC, an equal opportunity lender.
So come on in, come on in, come on in to HFC.
On Friday, June 25th, the most incredible sporting event ever staged. The battle for the martial arts championship of the world. The boxer Muhammad Ali. The wrestler Antonio Inoki, king of Japanese wrestlers. See it on the giant closed-circuit color screens at the Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum and at the Comac Arena. Also see Chuck Wepner, Andre the Giant, Bruno Sammartino, Dangerous Stan Hansen. Boxers versus wrestlers. Don't miss this super event headlining Muhammad Ali and Antonio Inoki. Tickets available at the box office or through Ticketron.
It looks like Thurman Munson is going to go out to center field. Thurman has said he can play any position. We're going to see him tonight. Center field's not as easy as it looks. With the Yankees leading 6-2, and Elliot Maddox, Billy Martin doesn't want to give him too much work out there and re-injure that leg. And Elliot was on base twice. So we're going to see what Thurman can do out in the outfield. By the way, we'll be on TV tomorrow night from Minnesota. And there's the hand for Thurman. I hope they hit the first 3 balls to him out there. Tough chances, sinking line drives, knuckleballs, and one up against the fence.
You want to give them all difficult plays,
yep.
Huh? Figure that'll shut him up, huh? What if he makes them all? Then you're really in trouble.
Oh, I know it.
You're in enough trouble now. And if he makes it, you're really in trouble, huh? Here's Jay Clevin, the catcher, and he takes outside a ball. Clevin drove in the 2 Met runs with a single to right field in the second inning. Beatty's next pitch, overhand fastball, is low. 2 balls, no strikes. We're in the top half of the 5th inning. The Yankees lead 6-2 over the Mets. 14th time these two teams have met. And it's outside. 3 balls, no strikes. The Yankees have won 7 and the Mets 6. And over $1.5 million have been donated to Sandlot Baseball in the metropolitan area. Down low, ball 4, and Clevin walks. Well, Beatty had an easy inning last inning. He got him down 1-2-3, but he's walked the leadoff batter here in the top of the 5th. Here's the pitcher, Rick Baldwin. Baldwin goes up left-handed. Of course, if this were a regular season game, Joe Frazier would probably go for a pinch hitter. Mets are down 4 runs. He just wants Baldwin to get his work in on the mound. Beatty now sets and checks the runner at first base, and the pitch outside, ball 1. Now Billy Martin out of the Yankee dugout. He wants to talk to the youngster. Going back to the regular season, Scooter, those Cleveland Indians really hanging in there. They're only 4.5 games behind the Yankees. They're now playing an even 500 baseball.
I said if they had had a little bit of luck early in the year when they lost, I think, 10 one-run games out of about 12, they'd be right, maybe even or ahead of the Yankees. But thank goodness they lost them, but they are playing great ball.
Now Beatty's ready. The 1-0 pitch in there called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. On deck is the shortstop, Mike Phillips. We're playing the top of the 5th. Yankees ahead of the Mets 6-2. Mets have a runner at first base, nobody out. Here's a 1-1 pitch to Baldwin. Swung on and missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now you're talking to Mike Ciani about choosing football over baseball. This kid, Jim Beatty, chose baseball over basketball. Now the set. 1-2 delivery to Phillips. Hit on a ground foul outside third base. And the count remains 1-2. Beatty now gets new baseball and sets. And the next pitch, hit on a ground to second. Alomar's up. He goes to Mason for 1. Back to first. Double play. Rick Baldwin just bounced into a 4-6-3 double play, and there are 2 outs. And here's Mike Phillips. Phillips now will wait and waste a little time in order to allow Baldwin to get a little rest on the bench. Phillips came on in the 3rd inning replacing Bud Harrelson, so he's up for his first time. He's in left-handed. Here's Beatty's first delivery. Too high ball. Mets took an early 2-0 lead. Yankees tied it up bottom of the 3rd with 2. Went ahead with 4 in the 4th. Too high again. 2 balls, no strikes on Phillips. The 2-0 pitch. Called strike. Gets 2 balls and 1 strike. And the 2-1 delivery. High. 3 balls and a strike. On deck is Wayne Garrett. And the next pitch to Mike Phillips. Swung on and fouled back just under us. 2 outs, nobody on. Top of the 5th. The Yankees lead 6-2. And the next delivery. Too high, ball 4, and Phillips walks. Second walk issued by Beatty. Phillips at first base, 2 outs, and the batter's Wayne Garrett, the second baseman. Garrett replaced Felix Millan in the 3rd inning. Millan had been robbed of a base hit by Mason. And Millan had also singled to right field before he left. Garrett bats left-handed. May will play behind the runner at first base, Mike Phillips. Garrett bounces one foul outside first. No balls in the strike. Now, it doesn't look like Hank Soar, the home plate umpire, has lost any of his eyes, Scooter.
Yeah, it looks good.
Hit in the air to left field, and Dineen is waiting there, and he's got it. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base. We go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. The Yankees 6, the Mets 2.
Nowadays, you can't listen to radio, watch television, or read a newspaper without some auto manufacturer telling you what great gas mileage his car gets. But if there's anything you need as much as cars that make your gasoline go a little further, it's a gasoline that makes your dollar go a little further. At the Getty Oil Company, we have a new gasoline that's perfect for newer cars. Getty Unleaded Regular, with the octane performance of regular and the clean running smoothness of unleaded. But most important, we sell Getty Unleaded Regular for less than most other major unleaded. Getty Premium and new Getty Unleaded Regular. We've got what's best for your car.
And just for driving into your participating Getty dealer, you'll get a $3 discount coupon to Great Adventure Safari and Entertainment Park. You'll see shows, clowns, and the largest safari this side of Africa, good June 2nd through the 30th. Void where prohibited. Getty is saving you money on and off the road.
Well, at first base, Ed Kranepool has just gone in for Joe Torre, and Kranepool is the only man who have played in all 14 Mayor's Trophy games. And that is a record I don't think anybody's ever going to be able to beat, Bill.
Doubt it. Here's Otto Velez. Hits one in the air, left center. Moving over is the left fielder, Boyd Clarence calling. He's there. He's got it. 1 away. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Yankees lead 6-2. 1 out, nobody on. Alomar, the batter. Sandys flied to center field, gotten on an error. That error started the Yankees off on their 4-run 4th inning. There was by the right fielder, Mike Vail. Two-base error. Alomar lines one, and stabbed by the third baseman, Steger. Steger moving just a bit to his right, leaped and got the ball. 2 down. Here's Terry Dineen, the left fielder. He's popped to second and singled to left. Stolen a base, scored a run. Bats left-handed. Baldwin's first pitch. On the outside corner, a called strike. Baldwin wants another sign from Cleveland, gets it. 1 strike pitch, change up, call strike 2. Pulled the string on it and got it over. And the 0-2 delivery. Dineen backs off a pitch inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. On deck is Jim Mason. One-two pitch to Dineen. Swung on it on a ground to first base. Kranepool bobbles it, comes up, throws underhand, and they just got him at first base. The put out, Kranepool, the Baldwin covering for out number 3. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base. At the end of 5, the Yankees lead the Mets 6-2.
Hi, I'm Roger Miller. You know, the shock absorbers on your car wear out so gradually you don't always know when you need new ones. So why take chances? If you've had the same shocks for a couple of years now, they probably need replacing. Replace them with Gabriel Red Riders. Red Riders are heavy-duty shocks with a full 1 3/16-inch diameter piston. They're built bigger than ordinary 1-inch shocks to give you a smooth, comfortable ride with control and stability when you need it. Yet they're priced with the lightweights. And new Red Riders can save wear and tear on your tires, front end, and suspension. See how much better your car will ride with heavy-duty Gabriel Red Riders. Smooth ride, comfortable price, Gabriel Red Riders.
King of the road. Available at Tilden Franklin, 1029 Atlantic Avenue, Brooklyn.
Number 11.
Fred Stanley has moved in to play third base now for Otto Velez. And that, I believe, yes, is the only change for the Yankees right now. So Stanley at third. We go into the top of the sixth, Bill.
All right, Scooter. And Ed Cleanpool will lead off for the Mets. Yankees lead the Mets 6-2. Cleanpool just got into the ball game last inning. The bottom of last inning to play first base for Joe Torre. On the year for the Mets, Cleanpool batting .280, a left-handed batter. We'll get Cranepool, Mike Vail, and then Bruce Boisclair for the Mets here in the top half of the sixth inning. Here's the final. Milwaukee beat California 8-2. Highlight there, Hank Aaron hit his third home run of the year, the third with 2 on. Number 748 for Aaron in his career. Detroit leads Kansas City 1-0 after 3. Boston and Minnesota, we don't have a score there. Wise against Decker. Pitch to Cranepool is outside, a ball. Jim Beatty's pitching in his third inning. The next pitch, it on the ground, knocked down by Beatty. He'll go to first base, and he's got it. Let's take 15 seconds for station identification on the New York Yankee Home of Champions Radio Network.
WMCA, Strauss Communications in New York. This is Mel Allen. Instead of having a fleet of planes, Emory has a fleet of airlines. Emory Air Freight, the shortest distance between 2 points.
Mike Vail is in it. One to deep short and is bobbled by Mason. And Vail is safe at first base. That'll be a base hit. Mason had to go a little bit to his right in the hole. Couldn't handle the hop, and Vail is on at first. He gets a base hit. Base hit number 7 for the Mets. Vail first. So he's at first base. One out. Here is Bruce Boisclair, the left fielder. Left-handed batter. The set by Beatty. And the pitch. Swung on and fouled back. Boisclair with a big rip and a high fastball. Yankees lead 6-2. We're playing the top of the sixth. Yankees 6 runs on 6 hits. The Mets 2 runs on 7 base hits. Mets have been hurt by a couple of errors. 1 strike pitch. Down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. On deck's the third baseman, Roy Stager, as Beatty sets. And the 1-1 pitch. Hit in the air, shallow right center. Coming on Gamble and also Munson. Munson's going to call. He's there, and he's got it with one hand.
He's cutting a pie. He would have spiked Gamble to get that one.
So Thurman Munson makes his first put out as a center fielder. And there are 2 outs. Vail still at first base, and the batter is the third baseman, Roy Stager. Stager bats right-handed. He's 0 for 2. May decides to play behind the runner at first base, Mike Vail. Steger swings. He doesn't get a fastball. Was in on his fist. No balls, 1 strike. Beatty sets. And the 1-strike pitch. Another fastball chopped to short. Mason's there. Goes to Alomar at second base with a force on Mike Vail for out number 3. No runs, a base hit, a man left on base. We go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. The Yankees lead the Mets 6-2.
I want a beer like no other beer. I'm Schaefer beer. I want a flavor that won't disappear. I'm Schaefer beer.
Consistency makes a great beer, and Schaefer's consistently great tasting every single time because Schaefer's brewed the old world way. Kreuzening, we call it. Since 1842, Kreuzening, the extra step of brewing twice, has kept Schaefer consistently fresh and crisp, consistently great tasting beer after Schaefer beer.
Your last one tastes as good as your first. I want to get a Schaefer and be Schaefer before two.
F&M Schaefer Brewing Company, New York, New York.
Well, Jim Mason will lead off for the Yankees as we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. The Yankees lead the Mets 6-2. Mason has gotten on an error and scored. Drove in a run with a bounce out to second, so he's 0 for 2. But on the plus side, he's driven in a run, he scored 1. Left-handed batter hits it foul, coming back by the screen. Clevin, the catcher, back, and can't get to it. It's in the seats, foul. No balls, 1 strike to count on Mason. On deck is Oscar Gamble. The 1-strike pitch changes high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Baldwin's 1-1 delivery to Mason. Just missed the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike. And the 2-1 pitch to Mason. Swung on, hit foul left side. That'll be way back out of play. And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. We'll be in Minnesota tomorrow. Doc Ellis will pitch for the Yankees. 2-2 pitch to Mason. He checks the swing and he takes inside, and the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Ellis will be looking for his 6th win of the year. He's 5-4. He'll go against Pete Redfern. Payoff pitch to Mason. Inside and low, ball 4. Mason walks. He's at first base, nobody out. Here's Oscar Gamble. Gamble's been up once. Drove in a run with a single to center field, and he scored himself on a single by Carlos May. Yankees ahead 6-2, bottom of the 6th. Mason off first base with nobody out. Gamble takes low. A left-hander, Bob Myrick, getting loose in the Mets bullpen. 1-0 pitch. Gamble takes the strike. Letter high on the outside corner, and it's 1-1. These games have made over $1.5 million for New York Sandlot baseball. 1-1 pitch. Swung on, hit deep to right. Going back is Vail. He won't get it. It's gone. A home run. It's in the seats and comes out, but the first base umpire, Sat Davidson, waves him around. Mason scores. Gamble just getting the second. He's trotting on to third. The Yankees will lead it 8-2 by the time Gamble gets home in about a minute.
I don't blame him. He's savoring this. All the Yankee fans standing up. That Carlos May might have to get another base hit to win that Most Valuable Player award.
Well, Gamble's also driven in 3 runs along with Carlos May. May has 3 singles to drive in his 3 runs. Gamble has an RBI single and a 2-run home run for his 3. Here's Munson. Yankees now lead it 8-2. Still playing bottom of the 6th. Nobody out, nobody on. Munson hits one left center, and that's going to be a base hit. Boyclair gets it on the first top. He gets it back in, and Munson holds at first base. So Munson singles to left center. He's at first base. Nobody out. The batter, Lou Piniella.
Bill, while we got a moment, we forgot that Getty round tripper for Oscar Gamble. And Oscar receives Getty gift certificates, good toward the purchase of Getty Premium. The gasoline that, according to a recent survey, sells from 2 to 2.5 cents less per gallon than most other major premiums. Getty's got what's best for your car.
All right, Piniella fouls the first pitch back. No balls and a strike. Kranepool holding on Munson. The set by Baldwin and the pitch. Piniella swings. He doesn't get it. No balls, 2 strikes. The Yankees scoring runs in bunches. Mets took a 2-0 lead in the top of the 2nd. Yankees tied it up in the bottom of the 3rd, added 4 more, and batted around in the 4th. 2 more here in the 6th. They lead it 8-2. Piniella swings, and he doesn't get a sinker. 1 down as Piniella strikes out, and here's Carlos May. What kind of watch is that the winner gets?
Well, I won it one year, believe it or not. Beautiful, beautiful. I don't know whether they've changed. I better not say the name of the one I got, because they're coming up with those fancy ones now. Probably has to be Seiko, I would think. It's on the scoreboard out there.
Doesn't hurt to give them a plug anyway.
No.
Carlos May takes a strike over the outside corner. Carlos 3 straight singles. He's driven in 3 runs. He's got Munson at first base with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. 1 strike pitch to May. Misses inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yankees are really touched up Rick Baldwin. Now the right-hander sets. 1-1 delivery. Misses outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Of course, Baldwin would have been out of that 4th inning had his right fielder caught that line drive off the bat of Sandy Alomar. 2-1 pitch. Swung on and bounced foul back to the screen. 2 balls, 2 strikes. In that 4th inning, Velez struck out. Alomar lined 1 to right field at Vail misplayed for a 2-base error. Dineen then singled to left field. Mason bounced to second, driving in a run. Gamble singled in a run. Maddox walked, so did Piniella, and May singled in 2 more runs. That was in the 4th inning when the Yankees scored 4 times. Now the set. 2-2 pitch to Carlos May. Line base in right field. Munson will hold at second as Vail gets the ball into the cutoff man, Mike Phillips. Carlos May 4 for 4. And he's got another leg now on that watch.
Boy. And finally, Rube Walker's coming out. Meanwhile, Rick Dempsey comes in from the bullpen, so Rick will be utilized some way. Both clubs try to get all their players into a game.
Well, Fran Healy is due in to bat, so they'll probably, or could, let Dempsey bat for Healy.
And now Bob Myrick, the new pitcher, is making his way to the mound.
These Baby Ruth fun-sized bars sure are delicious, and I ought to know.
Why is that?
Well, it just so happens I consider myself to be quite a candy bar connoisseur. And a Baby Ruth's got fudge and peanuts, chewy caramel, a rich chocolatey coating, terrific stuff. Plus, these new bags are mighty economical. Some people call them fun-sized, but I call them Bill White-sized, because they're just right for me.
I see.
I'm crazy about Baby Ruth bars, and it's not easy for something to get to first base with me. Get it, Frank?
Oh, brother.
If all you need is money, come on into HFC.
You work hard all year for your vacation, and you look forward to it. So when it finally comes, be sure to make the most of it with a vacation loan from Household Finance, an equal opportunity lender.
Oh, come on in. Come on in. Come on in to HFC.
Household Finance, where people use our money to get the most out of life.
Come on in to HFC.
Now, Bob Myrick out taking his warm-up tosses. The Yankees have runners at first and second. There's one out. They've already scored twice here in the bottom of the sixth to take an 8-2 lead over the New York Mets. Yankees have 8 runs on 9 base hits, including 4 straight singles by Carlos May. The Mets have 2 runs on 7 hits, and their runs were driven in by the rookie catcher, Jay Clevin. Clevin called up just to catch this ball game. And the young fella so far has handled himself well. Munson down at second base. May on at first. And Rick Dempsey will bat for Fran Healy. Healy, while he was in the ball game, was 0 for 3. So Dempsey will bat for Healy and probably stay in and catch. Billy Martin giving everybody a chance to get a little work in. Dempsey takes the strike. On deck is Fred Stanley. The set by Myrick. And the pitch. Myrick's down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Munson stretching his legs down at second base. May with a short lead off first. 1-1 pitch. Hit on the ground to shortstop. Might be 2. The second for 1. Back to first. It is 2. Mets turn an easy 6-4-3 double play and they get out of the inning. No runs. Check that. 2 runs for the Yankees. On 3 base hits, they leave a man on base. Now at the end of 6, it's the Yankees 8. The New York Mets 2.
Are you having trouble with your car's transmission? Relax. Don't waste time running from one small shop to another hoping they'll have the parts and experience to fix your car. Relax. Take your car to AMCO Transmissions, the world's largest transmission specialist with more than 525 centers coast to coast. AMCO has serviced over 4 million transmissions, so you can relax when they service yours. AMCO Transmissions, AA MCO.
If all you need is money, come on into HFC.
When you get hit with bills all at once, strike back with a bill payer loan from HFC, an equal opportunity lender. We could make that big payment so you can handle one smaller monthly payment.
Now come on in. Come on in. Come on in to HFC.
Household Finance, where people use our money to get the most out of life.
Come on in to HFC.
At the end of 6, the Yankees have 8 runs on 9 hits. The Mets 2 runs on 7. And here to take you over the next 3, the Scooter, Phil Rizzuto.
Okay, Bill, and the Mets fans are starting to come alive. You're yelling, "Let's go Mets," and the Yankee fans giving it right back to them. They got a long way to go. The Yankees are leading 8-2. And Rick Dempsey has come on to do the catching for the Yankees.
You know, Scooter, Bill and I were talking earlier during the broadcast about this excited crowd for the Mayor's Trophy game, an exhibition game, true. But a good indication, I think, of the excitement that interleague play would generate.
Boy, I'm with you and Bill 1,000%, Frank. Like Hank Greenberg, I've been for that for many, many years. A lot of the American League has won it, but nobody in the National League seems to want it.
I think they'll swing around eventually.
I sure hope so. All right, Jim Beattie delivers a bunt foul. Grabbed by Dempsey, but it was foul. Yankees in front 8-2 in the top of the 7th. A win here will make that plane ride to Minnesota very enjoyable. Frank said just an exhibition game, but the bragging rights to New York City. Right, Frank? I heard you say that.
That's right. You know, it's great for the fans, though. You have a crowd here just about equally divided, I guess. Mets fans and Yankee fans. They'll talk about this for the rest of the summer.
The 1-1 pitch. It bounced to the third. Stanley knocks it down. Picks it up. Can't make a throw. That ball was hit like a bullet. And I think it rang the bell down there at third base. A base hit has been given to Leon Brown on a hard hit grounder to Stanley. And now here's the young catcher, Jay Clevin. He singled in the Mets' only runs in the second inning and walked in the 5th. Nobody out. Pitch to Clevin. Line, another base hit, right center field. And Brown's going to... Oh, Munson bobbled the ball. And then didn't throw it in right away, and Clevin heads up, went to second. Munson's going to get an error. A single and an error. So the Mets have runners at second and third, nobody out. Thurman had a shot for the runner at third when he bobbled the ball. He was a little upset, picked it up, forgot about the runner at second. And Clevin, K-L-E-V-E-N, stormed into second base, so the youngster is 2 for 2. And the pitcher, Bob
Myrick,
is up there. Swings and misses the first pitch, strike one. Right-hand batter, Beattie kicks. His pitch bounced back to the pitcher over his head. Stanley will have to make the play, and does. Nice play by Stanley, but a run scores. An RBI for Myrick. As Leon Brown scores, moving over to third is Jay Clevin. And the batter now will be Mike Phillips. So it's now the Yankees 8 and the Mets 3 here in the top of the 7th. You can hear the crowd in the background. Yankees have the infield back with the exception of Stanley at third. Beattie winds, and his pitch, swing and a miss, strike one. Clevin leads off third. Fastball hit in the air to center field. That'll be deep enough to get Clevin home. Munson's back, one-hands it. But Clevin tags and scores easily on the sacrifice fly. A run batted in for Phillips, and it's now the Yankees 8 and the Mets 4.
Another young right-hander getting ready to come into the ball game later on for the Yankees. Gil Patterson is warming up out in the bullpen.
All right, Wayne Garrett, the batter, he swings and misses, strike one. You know that Yankee scout Dave Yoakum signed not only the kid Pat Tabler, but he also signed Patterson, he was telling me.
Oh.
He's got a pretty good eye. He's got a pretty good record, that kid Patterson, this year. It's a little high and tight, and it's 1-1.
He'd won 5 and lost 1 so far at West Haven.
Yeah, so he must have a pretty good eye, Mr. Yoakum. Change up inside, 2 balls and a strike. 2 out, nobody on. 8-4, the Yankees lead, top of the 7th. Fastball foul back and out of play.
Did Tavler tell you the same thing he told me when you asked him what kind of a season he had?
Yes, I couldn't believe it. He was disappointed because he batted .496. 8 home runs. Now, that's a lot for a short high school schedule in Cincinnati. A little high, and it's 3-2.
That's a lot for a short high school schedule in Chicago.
You're right, Frank. He told me there were 5 of the first picks in the first round from high schools in Cincinnati. Grounded to short. Mason has it and throws him out. The Mets pick up 2 runs on 2 base hits, 1 Yankee error, nobody left. And in the middle of the 7th, the Yankees 8 and the Mets 4.
Yes, he's a man who says yes. At York Chrysler Plymouth dealer.
So here's what we did. We went down to our Chrysler Plymouth dealer, and I asked him, do you have a neat little hatchback?
Yeah, one that we can afford.
And he said,
yes, the sharp new Plymouth Arrow. Arrow's base sticker price is only $31.75, excluding taxes and destination charges.
Gee, only $31.75 for a Plymouth Arrow?
Yes, and that includes many standard features that you'll want to say yes to.
Like what?
Like reclining bucket seats, tilt steering wheel.
Go on.
Power front disc brakes, and tinted glass all around.
All that for $31.75?
Yes, sir.
Well, you know what we said to that, don't you?
We said yes.
Yes, yes, we're gonna say yes. We're your Chrysler Plymouth dealer.
See the men who say yes at your local Plymouth Arrow dealer today.
Right now, let's pause 15 seconds for station identification. This is the New York Yankee Home of Champions Radio Network.
WNCA Strauss Communications in New York. Hi, I'm Leon Lewis. Catch me on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, 4 p.m. until 8.
Well, the Yankees will be on the road until next Monday night. When they come back, they'll meet the Cleveland Indians in a 4-game series, and then the Milwaukee Brewers in a 4-game series with a doubleheader set for Sunday, June 27th. Scooter?
All right, and those Cleveland Indians, as you mentioned, Frank, in second place. What, 4.5 behind the Yankees now?
That's right, 4.5 behind.
So that'll be a big 4-game series. Fred Stanley, the batter, hits one to straightaway center field. And Leon Brown makes the catch. 1 away. Sandy Alomar. Sandy's been up twice, reached on an error, and lined a third. Bob Myrick on the mound, so Sandy just switches around to bat right-handed against the left-hander. Yankees 8, Mets 4, bottom of the 7th. On deck, Kerry Dineen. And the pitch is fouled back into the crowd. Fly ball left field. Right there is Bruce Boisclair, and makes the catch, and they're at 2 away. What do you got there, Frank?
Well, you were talking to and with Mike Ciani a while ago, Scooter. Mike is sponsoring the first annual Mike Ciani Celebrity Golf Day, sponsored by the Young People's Information Service Incorporated to help out on the drug program. It'll be Wednesday, June 23rd at the Richmond County Country Club in Staten Island, New York.
It had to be June 23rd, my wedding anniversary. Why? Kerry Dineen is up there. He's got 2 strikes on. You had to pick June 23rd, Mike, huh? Well, Frank, you can get Mike over here and talk about it a little while. I've got to figure out a way to change that date on my wedding anniversary. There's a foul out of play.
You're about 30 years too late.
You're right.
To change that date. What anniversary will it be?
You're going to put me on the spot, Frank.
No,
Let's see.
don't answer that.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me figure it out. They've been such beautiful years and have gone by so quickly. We were married in 43. So that would make it 33 years. I need new glasses. Deneen strikes out, and the inning's over. We're going to let Frank talk with Mike when we come back after this. But nothing across at the end of 7. It's the Yankees 8 and the Mets 4.
7826000. 7826000. Lincoln Savings Bank.
Retirement department, please?
Those lines are busy, sir. Is this about an individual retirement account?
Yes, is that ad for real?
Yes, sir. If you're not already covered by a pension plan, you can save 15% of your income up to $1,500 a year in a Lincoln retirement account.
And not pay any taxes on it?
No taxes till you retire, not even on the interest. How old are you?
27. How old are you?
Let's see, 27. If you save $1,500 a year, okay?
Well, okay.
At our current rate of 7.75%, at 65, you'll have $373,170.
Oh, wow. Are you members of the FDIC?
Yes, and if you withdraw it quarterly over 10 years, the extra interest brings it to well over $500,000.
$500,000? Guaranteed?
Well, rates change, but the Lincoln guarantees their highest available interest at all times.
What about my Social Security?
Oh, that'll be a fringe benefit.
What about dinner tonight?
Lincoln Savings Bank. 7826000. 78.
Watterson is on to pitch for the Yankees, and Mike Ciani, just what is this celebrity golf day all about?
Well, Frank, it's the first annual Mike Ciani tournament on Staten Island, and the proceeds from the tournament will go to the Young People's Information Service, which is a drug program on Staten Island.
Well, I hope you have very great success with it and that it will go on for several years.
Well, I think we will. We've gotten some good responses from the golfers on Staten Island and the businessmen. They've supported us very well.
Very good. And that's going to be Wednesday, June 23rd at the Richmond County Country Club, Staten Island.
Right.
Well, Mike, we wish you the very best of luck in that, and I offer you my congratulations on behalf of Bill White and Phil Rizzuto in taking an active part in this Young People's Information Service program.
Thank you, Frank.
Okay, we have a new pitcher on for the Yankees, Gil Patterson. Right-hander up from West Haven, where, as we told you a few minutes ago, he had won 5 and he had lost 1. He'll be ready to work now to Ed Kranepool leading off the 8th inning. We'll tell you a little bit about Gil Patterson as we go along. He's from Philadelphia, Bill White country. Makes his home, though, now in North Miami Beach, Florida. He rocks and fires to Kranepool and misses inside, ball 1. Gil Patterson came out of Miami-Dade South Junior College. Next pitch to Kranepool is low for a ball. Kranepool bounced back to the pitcher, Jim Beattie, his first time up. Patterson, a right-hander, rocks over the rubber, and the pitch to the left-hand hitting Kranepool is popped up. In the middle of the diamond, in comes Sandy Alomar. Under it, and Alomar takes it. 1 away. Gil Patterson was the Yankees' #1 selection in the secondary phase of the June free agent draft of last year. Chosen by Pat Gillick. He was drafted 4 times before he finally signed with the Yankees last year. He was with the Yankees in spring training this season. He's ready to work now to Mike Vail, the right fielder. Vail bounces one slowly down the third base line, charging in Stanley, and he fields it in foul territory. He would not have had a play on Vail. So Vail will come back and try it again. Vail coming back from a leg injury. He, like Elliot Maddox, making his first appearance in a ball game this year. Vail suffered a dislocated right foot playing basketball during the offseason, and he has been on the disabled list. No balls and a strike on him as Gil Patterson looks in for a sign from Rick Dempsey. The rock, the kick, and a breaking ball is over. Strike 2. Gil Patterson led the New York Penn League in strikeouts at Oneonta last season. He struck out 97 men in 106 innings, posting an 8-4 record. This pitch is low and away. His earned run average last year was below 2. It was 1.95, and with 97 strikeouts, he walked only 33. He deals 1 and 2 to Bale, who fouls it back in the upper deck and out of play. Patterson started out as an outfielder, turned to pitching, and when he wasn't pitching for Miami-Dade South College, he was their designated hitter. He's 6'1", 185 pounds, 21 years of age. Gil Patterson ready with a 1-2 pitch to Bale. Here it is, and his changeup misses low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two-two offering. Bounced foul at the plate, came up and hit Bale in the middle of the back. The on-deck hitter for the Mets is Bruce Beauclair. The Yankees are out in front by a score of 8-4. We're in the top half of the 8th inning, 14th annual Mayor's Trophy game. The windup by Gil Patterson, 2-2 pitch is popped up on the left side. Shortstop Mason is under it. Back in the left field grass, and Mason makes the catch. 2 out. Now Bruce Beauclair. The only starters for the Mets still in the ballgame are Roy Steger at third base and Jay Clevin, the catcher. Beauclair replaced John Milner in left field, left-hand batter, and he takes low, ball 1. The Yankees are out in front 8-4. The wind, the kick, the pitch coming, fouled away in the third base seats. In the All-Star game preceding this one, played this afternoon, the junior Yankees defeated the junior Mets 4-1. I'll tell you more about it in a moment. Right now, 1-1 pitch to Beauclair, and he bounces a foul past the first base dugout. The Lou Gehrig Award for the most valuable player went to Ted Perednia of Susan Wagner High School on Staten Island. He had 2 hits in the ball game, and he was awarded the Lou Gehrig Award. That was Ted Perednia. And the Max Case Award went to Pete Gowando. He's a pitcher from Long Island City YMCA League. Ball is hit in the air to left center field. Ranging to his left is Kerry Dineen. He waits and he takes. 3 up, 3 down. At the end of 7.5, the score. The Yankees 8 and the Mets 4.
Isn't it time you knew Yoo-hoo chocolate drink? Do yourself a favor and join the super flavor of America's favorite chocolate drink. It's got real goodness, protein goodness, and cool, refreshing taste. It's the chocolate charge up that's non-carbonated. Doesn't even have to be refrigerated. So isn't it time you knew Yoo-hoo chocolate drink? It's so delicious, Yoo-hoo chocolate drink.
Isn't it time you tried Yoo-hoo, America's favorite chocolate drink? Rich and creamy, cool and refreshing. Yoo-hoo's the action drink for action people. Yogi Berra's favorite soft drink. Contains high-quality protein and made with 99% fat-free milk. Drink Yoo-hoo and keep your action going.
Isn't it time you knew Yoo-hoo chocolate drink? It's so delicious, Yoo-hoo chocolate drink. Yoo-hoo!
Enjoy Yoo-hoo, the chocolate action drink that contains high-quality protein to keep your action up.
We're just talking about the young man who won the Max Case Award, Pete Gowando from Long Island City YMCA League. He went to Bishop Laughlin High School in Brooklyn. So those are the 2 winners of the awards this afternoon. The Lou Gehrig Award to Ted Perednia of Susan Wagner High School, and the Max Case Award to Pete Gowando of Bishop Laughlin High School in Brooklyn. Well, right now we're ready to go to the bottom half of the 8th inning, and here's the Scooter.
All right, Frank, thank you for taking over for that half inning. Had a talk with Mike Ciani about that golf tournament. Jim Mason 0 for 2. Jim has scored twice in the ballgame. Walked once, takes a pitch inside, ball 1. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. And the Yankees have a 4-run lead. On deck, Oscar Gamble. Swing and a miss by Mason, 1-1.
You know, we've been talking about this being the 14th annual Mayor's Trophy game, and you talk about playing in this Sandlot benefit game. We'll explain that in just a moment.
Strike 2 on the outside corner.
Because this game started between the Yankees and the Giants at the Polo Grounds in 1946. I don't believe it was called the Mayor's Trophy game, though, then, was it?
No. It was a Sandlot benefit game, I believe. Fly ball left field. Boyclair right there and makes the catch. 1 out.
In fact, there were 2 games in 1946. One at the Polo Grounds, which the Yankees won 3-0, and one here at Yankee Stadium, which the Yankees won 3-2. Johnny Mize suffered a broken hand in that second benefit game that year.
That's right. He got hit with a pitch. And as a matter of fact, the umpire didn't award him first base. He didn't think Mize was hit.
Is that right?
Yep.
And he had a broken hand.
Broken hand. Oscar Gamble, who has singled and homered and driven in 3 runs in the game. He and Carlos May in a tight race for the most valuable player of this game. Carlos May is 4 for 4 with 3 runs batted in. And the curve is low, 2-0.
I believe the Yankees only played the Dodgers twice in this benefit series.
Yes, that's right. It was mostly the Giants and now the Mets. And Oscar going for another homer, swings and misses, 2-1.
They played one game at Ebbets Field. The Yankees won that one 10-3. Al Seacott, whom I used to know, was the winning pitcher, and Mickey Mantle hit a home run.
Strike 2, 2-2.
Played one game against the Dodgers out at the L.A. Coliseum in 1959.
The 2-2 pitch, low, and it's 3-2. On deck, Thurman Munson.
That was that benefit game that drew 93,000 people.
Yes.
Major League record till this day.
I think they honored Roy Campanella that night and put all the lights out and everybody lit a match. It was beautiful. Strike 3. Gamble goes down swinging. 2 men out. And the batter, Thurman Munson. Thurman's been a bat once in singles.
Look at the on-deck hitter.
Catfish Hunter with he's got to be kidding because Carlos May is 4 for 4.
Well, he bat for Pinella.
Oh, he's going to bat for Pinella. Munson swings and misses strike 1. 2 men out.
I just want Munson to get on and keep the inning alive so we can see the fish come up. He was a good hitter.
He was a good hitting pitcher. The 1-strike delivery. Changeup hit back towards the middle. Backhand booted by the second baseman. A throw. Safe at first. An error for the second baseman, Garrett, and that will give Catfish Hunter a chance to bat. Billy Martin with a big grin on his face.
Now, listen, Bill, who but Billy Martin would have thought to use Catfish Hunter, a pitcher, as a pinch hitter in this ballgame? An added bonus for the fans tonight.
Yes, it is. And as you mentioned, he was not a bad hitting pitcher. But it's the first time he's batted in a long time.
Listen to the ovation.
Behind Catfish Hunter, the Yankees leading 8-4. Takes a pitch inside, ball 1.
He has a lifetime batting average of .227, which is high for a pitcher.
Yes, it is.
And 6 home runs and 51 runs batted in.
Well, you like that. He's down the end of the bat. Half grounded to short, but up with it, Phillips flips to Garrett for the 4th play. No runs, no hits, an error and a man left. At the end of 8, the Yankees 8 and the Mets 4.
If all you need is money, come on into HFC. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in to HFC.
For the things you want, CHFC, an equal opportunity lender.
So come on in. Come on in. Come on in to HFC.
Household finance, where people use our money to get the most out of life.
Come on in to HFC.
A great Italian family of food products is waiting to meet you. The name is Polio. You can meet them on the shelves of your favorite markets, in the dairy department, the delicatessen. Polio de cotta and mozzarella cheese, tomatoes and mushrooms, peppers and pepperoni, whatever. All really great Italians. All the help you need to make your dishes memorably, deliciously Italian. Today, get related to a great Italian family of food products. They're pleased to meet you. Polio.
Get to know Polio.
Well, Gil Patterson will be working on the Mets as we go to the ninth inning. Roy Steger is due to lead off. And a quick reminder of some of the gift days coming up. There'll be one on the Yankees' next homestand. That'll be Saturday, June 26th, when the Yankees play the Milwaukee Brewers. A T-shirt for every fan, 14 and under. Then up on July 11th, Jacket Day, with a very fine vinyl jacket for every youngster. And the annual Bat Day will be held on August 22nd when the Yankees play the California Angels. Both Jacket and Bat Day will be on Sundays, Shirt Day on Saturday, June 26th. Scooter?
All right, Roy Steger is 0 for 3. He's bounced to short all 3 times. And the pitch is fouled off, strike one. This is the top of the ninth. The Yankees leading 8-4. So you can have a lot of fun when your team's in first place in the American League East, and you got a 4-run lead in the ninth inning. Strike two. This Patterson's got unusual kind of delivery. He winds. Not overhand and not sidearm, but he kind of slingshots the ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch is just outside, 2-2. On deck, Leon Brown. So a real good crowd here tonight. Over 36,000. There's a foul backing out of play on a check swing.
Actual count, Scooter, on the attendance, 36,361.
Good. Like to have seen it more, but we're very happy with that. Benefit the youngsters in the Sandlot program of the greater metropolitan area. The 2-2 pitch, curve, bounced to short. Up with it, Mason. The long throw. They got him. Carlos May really has had a fine night at first base. Come up with some dazzling plays. Here's Leon Brown. Brown is 1 for 2 on the night. And on deck, the young catcher for the Mets, who's had a fine night. He's 2 for 2 and has driven in 2 runs. Strike one. Brown held up on a curve that nicked the corner. The 1-strike pitch, changeup. Oh, and he had him fooled way out in front, a swing and a miss, strike 2. I think Billy Martin should be quite happy with Elliot Maddox's job here tonight. Elliot had 2 walks, didn't get a base hit in 3 times at bat, and that's strike 3. Fastball nicked the outside corner. And now Jay Clevin. He singled to right in the 2nd inning, driving in 2 runs, walked in the 5th, and singled and scored in the 7th. Two out, nobody on, 8-4, the Yankees lead in the 9th. Big, slow curve, high and tight, ball 1. Outside, ball 2. The 2-0 delivery is hit in the air to right field. Gamble moving back. And one hands the ball on the warning track to end the ball game. 3 up, 3 down. The final score, the Yankees 8 and the Mets 4.
A world leader in miniaturized electronics presents a new kind of digital timepiece. Truly slim, incredibly beautiful. a precise 5-function timepiece built by Fairchild, one of the world's leading suppliers of precision electronics. One button tells you hours, minutes, seconds, month, and date. Comes in a complete line of men's and women's styles, yellow and white finishes. Extremely durable, water and scratch resistant. Priced from only $115. When it's time, think Fairchild at distinctive jewelers everywhere.
Nobody, and I mean nobody, knows your car's transmission better than AMCO Transmissions, because they've serviced more than 4 million transmissions. 4 million! Every make of American car and many foreign cars, too. So, no matter what kind of car you drive, remember, if you have transmission trouble, nobody knows your car's transmission better than AMCO. Nobody. AMCO Transmissions. AA MCO.
Well, here are the totals on the ball game. For the New York Yankees, 8 runs on 9 hits. The Yankees committed 1 error. They left 7 men on base. And for the New York Mets, 4 runs on 9 hits with 3 errors, and the Mets left 4 men on base. The winning pitcher will be Jim Beattie, and the losing pitcher will be Rick Baldwin. Baldwin gave up 6 runs. Only 2 of them were earned because of an error out in right field by Vail, but he has to take the loss. The attendance tonight paid $36,361. And I'll be back with tonight's awards in just 1 minute.
If you're a real beer drinker, use your imagination. Think of the single best tasting beer you've ever had. Now imagine that every beer since then has tasted exactly the same. What's the point? The point is that Schaefer people get that consistently great taste every single Schaefer. Why? Because Schaefer's Croissant, brewed twice the old world way. Since 1842, this extra step has given Schaefer a crisp, fresh, consistently great beer taste, Schaefer after Schaefer. So if your next beer isn't the single greatest tasting beer you've ever had, go out and get a Schaefer, and you'll be Schaefer people too.
Go out and get a Schaefer, and the Schaefer people too. Go out and get a Schaefer, and the Schaefer people too.
F&M Schaefer Brewing Company, New York, New York.
Well, the Schaefer Star of the Game Point Award will look like this. Number 1 star with 5 points will be Carlos May. He had a perfect night at the plate, 4 singles in 4 trips, and he had 4 runs batted in. And Carlos May also played an excellent game at first base for the Yankees defensively. So Carlos May receives 5 points. Oscar Gamble will receive 3 points. Oscar had a single and a 2-run homer in the ball game. And the number 3 star with 2 points will be the young right-hander who finished the ball game up for the New York Yankees, Gil Patterson. Patterson pitched 2 perfect innings, retired the side in order and in the 8th and the 9th. So Gil Patterson will receive 2 points. Tonight's winning Yankee pitcher is Jim Beattie, and for Jim and his family, gift certificates, compliments of Jack in the Box, where he can take life a little bit easier at Jack in the Box restaurants. The Polio Gamer Award goes to Carlos May, who drove in Yankee runs number 5 and 6 in addition to numbers 1 and 2. 5 and 6 came in, the game-winning hit, a single to center field in the 4th inning as he delivered Oscar Gamble and Elliot Maddox. So Carlos May receives a gift basket filled with Polio Ricotte, mozzarella, and other fine Polio products. And tonight's Butterfinger Fielding Award goes to Mickey Rivers. Mickey Rivers made an outstanding running catch to retire Dave Kingman in the very first inning of the ball game. We have a star down by that. So Mickey Rivers receives the Butterfinger Fielding Award, and Mickey sure earned his Butterfinger. Well, the Yankees and the Mets wind up the 14th annual Mayor's Trophy game. The Yankees' record against the Mets now in these games, 8 wins and 6 losses. The final score was 8-4. 36,000 plus saw the ball game, and the proceeds go to the Sandlot baseball program. The executive producers of Yankee Baseball are Mike DiTomaso and Jerry Kelly. Associate producer is Enos Carnesecca. Our engineer has been Dan Bartolucci. Lines and network facilities were arranged by the Robert Wold Company. Our next Yankee broadcast will be tomorrow night when the Yankees meet the Minnesota Twins at Bloomington, Minnesota. Airtime will be 8:55 p.m. Join us in the on-deck circle at 8:45. And now this is Frank Messer along with Phil Rizzuto and Bill White saying so long from Yankee Stadium in New York. Once again, the final score, the New York Yankees 8 and the New York Mets 4.